Hey everybody, JT Savage here from Savage Talk. I'm going to review for you the terrible movie Thor: Love and Thunder. I just got back from the theater and I spent 6 hours watching reviews from people I respect today, rip this movie apart. And even though I knew it was going to be a pile of dog shit after those reviews, I paid money and I went to go see it anyway. And then I just recorded a whole goddamn review and nothing... none of the volume worked, and I wasted about an hour recording a video. So this one's going to be really short, and I'm just going to get to the basics of why it was so terrible, because I already did it once, and it's late, and I'm tired. Okay? Let's get on with it. So, the best part about this movie was Christian Bale, who's in it for far too short a time, and they did not give him a chance to really unleash his talents because he was in it for so little amount of time. Okay? When he was in it, it was good. I really wish they made him look more like Gore from the actual comic, but I can live with it because... movie sucked anyway. Okay, doesn't matter. His performance was good regardless of how he looked. I was going to explain the whole story to you guys. I was, it's not. This is going to be a non-spoiler free video. Okay, so it's going to be full of spoilers because honestly, I don't want you to give Disney Marvel your money for this. There's some things where I'm like, whatever, go ahead. But this, you should save your damn money. Okay, save your money. Send these people a message that they can't just keep making shit and giving us shit, because this was not a movie. This was an episode of a television show, and a bad television show at that. I promise you, this was not a movie. It did not feel like a movie. They filmed everything on his the volume soundstage thing that they made now that all of their TV shows are recorded on, like Obi-Wan and most of those other shows. I don't think they really used it on Miss Marvel. It looked like they did a lot of location work on that. And by the way, I didn't give you a review of the last episode of Obi-Wan because it was so bad, and everyone else did it, and I just didn't want to be bothered. Honestly, it was terrible. If you liked it, I don't know what to tell you. Miss Marvel, I didn't give you any more reviews on that or talk. I haven't given you anything lately because I haven't felt any kind of way that it was worth making videos about this stuff. Honestly, nothing has been good. You want to see something good? Spend your time watching The Terminal List with Chris Pratt. It's basically the best season of The Punisher you're ever going to see, even though it's not The Punisher, but it might as well be. Honestly, I haven't heard anyone else say that, but it's basically The Punisher, just called something else. Okay, it's really good. Go watch it. But let's talk about Thor for a few minutes, okay? I'm going to try and be quick about this. Christian Bale was good. Right after the Christian Bale part that explains why he's doing what he's doing, they get real silly real fast, and they show you why Thor is not Fat Thor anymore. They never explain, by the way, if you've seen the trailers, he gets his eye back. He has a normal eye again. It's not a different color than the other eye. Never once mentioned in the fucking movie. They just ignore it totally. Just both of his eyes are normal again, right? No fucking sense. No explanation, no nothing. Just who cares? Whatever. Because that's how they went about this whole movie. Who cares? Nothing's important. Nothing matters. The whole movie was a joke. Taika Waititi, I don't know what his deal is, man. It seems like he just wants to destroy things now. I kind of liked Ragnarok. There were some good things about Ragnarok, but there was a lot of bad things about Ragnarok. I wasn't making reviews then. He totally disrespected the Warriors 3. If you're a real comic books fan and you used to read Thor rather, you were probably mad as hell the way they handled the Warriors 3 and just killed them like they were nobodies in that fucking movie in Ragnarok. And in this movie, he adds insult to injury when Korg is telling the story about them, about how, everyone who Thor loved died, his mom, his dad, Loki, and then there was like this guy, that guy, and the other guy, who the fuck cares? Just no respect for the source material. Taika Waititi's a fucking asshole. I used to like him, but I don't like him anymore, man. Fuck him. He's ruining Thor. I hope they don't give him more movies at Marvel. If they do, I'm telling you, they're going to lose money because the dude just doesn't care. He even said, I think he just posted something, I'll ruin your mythos or something to that effect just the other day. I'll ruin your, what you love, basically, is what he's saying. Fuck that guy, man. I used to like him, but this movie's not good, and he does not respect the source material. The whole Valkyrie thing in that last movie, she was basically a slaver who who would enslave people and send them to their death in the arena. That's who she was. Like, she's a terrible person. Okay, fuck her. Fuck Taika Waititi. They've ruined Thor, and Marvel and Disney Marvel is just on a really bad path now, and I don't see anything good coming, man. Like, everything they've been putting out lately is crap. The last good thing they did was Spider-Man, and before that it was Endgame. I don't know why they're letting this company go down the drain. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Let's talk about the Thor thing, because I just want to get this over with, because it's not good. Save your goddamn money. Watch Terminal List or Maverick or something good. Something good. Even go watch The Northman again. Like, I know it's not in theaters anymore, but buy it or rent it or whatever. Go watch something good. This is not good. Nothing is serious in this movie, okay? Everything that happens that's serious, that starts to be serious, they make a joke and ruin, like, any kind of drama, any kind of seriousness, any kind of weight. They ruin with fucking Taika Waititi humor at every fucking opportunity they can. That's what they do, okay? They just ruin it. Natalie Portman, okay? I used to be a huge Natalie Portman fan. However, if you saw the original Star Wars prequels, okay, her acting in that second movie with Christian Haydenson was so terrible. And I'm not blaming her. It's probably the writing, and they probably made them act that way. But Christian Haydenson, whatever the fuck his name is, Darth Vader guy, Anakin, those scenes when they were on the planet together were some of the worst acted scenes I've ever seen in my life. And this movie's not much different. The Guardians of the Galaxy 5 minutes, that between them and Chris Hemsworth, that acting was terrible. It was like they were just rehearsing. It's like they didn't even care. I'm telling you, don't even waste your money seeing it. It was so bad. They're in it for 5 minutes, and it's some of the worst acting and writing you've ever going to see. It's so bad. So bad. So bad. Then they get a distress call about all the gods being killed. And at the next place they're going to go. Oh, no, he goes to see that big thing that you saw in the trailer, which actually, the one cool thing about that is they actually lifted that exact scene directly from the comic book. That was like the coolest thing in the movie, honestly, because they actually took that from the comic. But there they meet Sif, who has her arm cut off, and she wants to die. And he's like, oh, you can't die. You're not going to go to Valhalla because you didn't die in the battle. You have to die in the battle. You can't die after the battle, or you don't go to Valhalla. And she's like, shit. And then she just wanted to die because even she's fucking hates this movie, and her character wants to die. They killed off all her friends. They might as well kill fucking her too at this point, because they don't care about her. They don't care about any of the Asgardian mythos or of those characters, obviously. So she tells them that they're going for New Asgard next. So they go to Asgard, and you find that Jane has cancer, and Jane is trying to find a way to beat cancer because she's dying. And she sees a book that tells her that Mjolnir can give you health. So she goes to New Asgard to find Mjolnir, which is in pieces from Ragnarok. And somehow Mjolnir makes a bond with her, because they show you a cutscene from what happened in the past where Thor's like, oh, I love her, take care of her. So Mjolnir is alive, and it reforms itself and makes Jane Thor. Now, by doing that, it drains all the chemicals and stuff out of her that would, save her, like all the chemo and stuff for whatever reason, and it's going to kill her faster, okay? That's the whole gist of the movie. So Gore is going around killing gods, and Jane is dying, and the acting is terrible, and they come up with a plan to go find where all the gods live, which is a hidden place, and Zeus is in charge. And they go there to ask the gods for help and get Zeus's lightning bolt. And Zeus is basically like fuck you. We watch out for ourselves. You can watch out for yourselves. And they fight. And then supposedly Thor kills Zeus and takes the lightning bolt, and then they leave. Okay? It was silly. I don't know, man. This movie's just so bad. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So, when they go to New Asgard to stop Gore attacks and he takes all the children to use as bait later to get Thor to go there, because well, everything in this movie is explained to you like you're a 7-year-old. By the way, like literally explained to you like you are a fucking 7-year-old. It's terrible. They think you're stupid and have to explain everything to you. Okay. Every little thing that happens, they don't let you figure out for yourself or come to your own conclusion, or just it happening, the natural conclusion you would come to from seeing it. They don't allow you the intelligence to figure it out for yourself. They have to spell out every little thing that happens in the movie. I'm not going to give you examples because it's just not worth your time, because it wasn't worth my time. That's all they do. They just explain every little nuance of every little thing that happens in this movie, and it's worse for it like you're a 7-year-old. Even Chris Hemsworth said at one point in an interview that it was like letting a 7-year-old run wild, talking about Taika Waititi. And they weren't lying. He's like a 7-year-old the way he writes this shit, and he treats you like you're a 7-year-old watching this shit, and it's not worth your goddamn money or time. So after they get the lightning bolt and whatever, they go back and they form a plan. They go back to New Asgard. They figure out that Jane tells Thor she's got cancer and she's dying, blah, 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 blah. And they figure out that the hammer is causing her to die faster. Heimdall's son is one of the kids that's kidnapped, and he has Heimdall's powers, and Thor shows him how to use it, and Thor figures out where the kids are. He's like, we got to go save the kids. So Valkyrie, Lady Thor, and Thor set out to go find Gore. They know it's a trap, da-da-da-da-da, okay? He explains that, by the way, out in detail to you, too, like you're a 7-year-old, okay? Everything's explained to you in this movie like you're a child. Anyhow, so they go there. They know it's a trap. Jane figures out that Gore needs Stormbreaker, which is Thor's axe, to use the ability to the Rainbow Bridge thing, the Bifrost, to open a doorway to where Eternity is, because Eternity can grant you one wish, anything you want. MacGuffin Thor, thing for this movie, where Eternity will grant you one wish, and everyone, what does Gore want? He wants to kill all the gods. So they have to stop Gore from getting to Eternity and making a wish to destroy all the gods. Okay? All right. Now, Jane sees this writing on the wall because, of course, like an idiot, Gore makes a drawing on the wall so that somebody can find it and figure out what's going on, because they have to explain everything to you in the movie. So Jane takes Stormbreaker and throws it into the air away from Gore. And then Gore, I was wondering what somebody said, Rick and Morty joke in this movie. So Gore is in some kind of shadow realm, and there's a tiny little planet that he's on, and it's like the little planet in the Rick and Morty episode where they all lived on a tiny little planet, and they could like walk around it in like 2 minutes. I get what they were talking about now when they said Rick and Morty joke, which is absolutely what this stupid planet is. Anyway, so Gore starts killing Valkyrie and Jane Foster, Thor, and he stabs Valkyrie through the back with something like how Peter was in Spider-Man, and like how Reva was in Star Wars, and like how the High Inquisitor was in Star Wars, and like everybody in every Disney Marvel movie now gets stabbed through the back and lives. And of course, Valkyrie lives. She just lost a kidney. Because Disney Marvel, nobody getting stabbed through the torso is a fatal wound anymore. Unless you're Qui-Gon Jinn, but that happened before Disney Marvel owned it. So I guess that's okay. Anyway, so they force Thor to bring the axe back because he's going to kill Jane and Valkyrie, And he takes the axe. They try and escape, but he grabs the axe from Thor from the last second because skinny little Gore is stronger than Thor somehow and can wrest his axe from him, even though the axe comes to him when he calls it. Everything that happens in this movie happens because they want it to happen, not because it makes sense, okay? Because it furthers the plot, but none of it makes sense. And if you watch it, you'll see that, but why would you waste your money on it? You shouldn't waste your money on it. Anyway, so he goes back to Earth. Valkyrie's hurt. Jane's dying of cancer, and he's like, look, you can't use the hammer anymore. Stay here. I don't want you to die. I love you, blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, but I really want to fight. He's like, no, stay here. So Thor takes the lightning bolt because Valkyrie's hurt and Jane's dying, and he goes to save the kids, okay? And get the axe back so Gore doesn't kill everybody. So that's what he does. He goes to get the kids back, and then here's where it gets real fucking stupid. Like, it wasn't stupid and terrible before. Now it gets really stupid because all this time when like Thor fought Thanos and whatever else, apparently, Thor has the ability to give his power to anybody who the fuck he wants for as long as he wants. You can have his power forever, as many people as he wants, because all the kids, there's like 30 kids. He gives his powers to like 30 kids, and they don't even need like a Mjolnir. Any weapon they find will have the power of Thor, because he's like, hey, you can have my power, but only temporary. But he could have gave it to him forever. That's the impression you get. So now you have 30 little Thors running around with little Thor hammer bunny rabbits and all kinds of dumb shit, fighting all the fucking shadow monsters that Gore makes while Thor fights Gore. And basically Thor's getting his ass kicked, and then in comes the MCU. Jane Foster Thor comes in to save Thor at the expense of her own life, and they break the fucking sword, and he gets his axe back, but Gore walks through the door to eternity, and he's about to make his wish, and as he's about to make his wish, Jane turns back to Jane, and she's dying, and Gore's like, basically, I beat you, motherfucker, I'm gonna make my wish, and Thor's like, hey, man, love, bro, love, you don't have to do this, love. He's like, you what? You're not going to try and stop me? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, I'm going to go with my girl and you make your damn wish, bro. But you don't have to. You don't have to kill all the gods, bro. You could just bring your daughter back. You could make the wish and bring your daughter back. And he's like, oh, yeah, I never thought of that. Now, you can make the argument that the sword, the necro sword corrupted him, because that's why he's dying, by the way. Gore's dying because they broke the sword, and if you use the sword corrupts you, and it eventually kills you, and he's about to die. And just like Scarlet Witch, nothing she does is her fault. It's the fucking book. And just same thing in this one. It's the fucking sword. It's not his fault that he's killing all these people. It's the corrupting sword. So he realizes, oh yeah, Thor's right. I could just bring my daughter back. Hey, Thor, will you watch my daughter? And Thor's like, yeah, I got you, bro. So now Thor is, Jane's dead. Thor's raising Gore's kid. And apparently, because Eternity brought her back to life, Eternity is a big god in the Marvel Universe, by the way, like one of the main celestial powers in the whole Marvel Universe, which is cool because they made him look exactly like he does in the comics, and that was really cool. Anyway, so now Thor is raising a kid who has the powers of a god, like a super god, and yeah, that's the end of the movie. Okay, sorry. Oh. So then there's the scenes after the credits because it's Marvel, and Zeus isn't really dead, and he's like, "Hey Hercules, you got to go kill Thor," and Hercules looks fucking ridiculous. He looks fucking comically ridiculous. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. And then after that scene, you see Jane Foster go to Valhalla. Now, Jane Foster did not die in battle. She died after the battle. Thor had just explained earlier to Sif that you have to die in battle to go to Valhalla. Yet somehow, Jane's in Valhalla with Heimdall. And I guess it's because Heimdall is the boss of Valhalla, even though, whatever. Anyway, So because he's like, oh, thank you for saving my son. Because Heimdall, again, I told you, Heimdall's son was one of the kids. So now Jane Foster's in Valhalla. So obviously, Thor's going to go to Valhalla and get her, and he's going to fight Hercules. And this is shit. Marvel has become shit. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry that this is like spoiler video. But man, I don't want you to waste your money on this. I promise you it's not good. And if you do, and if you spend your money anyway and you go see it and you like it, I'll be real surprised. Please let me know what you liked about it, because I would be curious. Because even my friend who eat any shit that Marvel serves them and call it a steak, even he's like, it's not as good as Ragnarok. I'm like, well, yeah, that's not a high bar. I mean, Ragnarok was funny and it had some scenes, but it definitely had its problems. But Marvel's so bad now. Like, anyway, save your money. If you like the video, smash the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to bring you videos more often. Hopefully, I'd like to bring you more videos telling you about good things. I really should make a Terminal List video. But the only thing I really need to tell you about it is it's a really good show. And Chris Pratt is really good in it. He's the best acting you've ever seen of Chris Pratt. And it's just a really well-written, good show. Like, they tried to make it as accurate as they can, for a show about SEALs and stuff like that. So, they had a lot of people on the set to tell them when they were doing something wrong so they could do it the right way and represent it with some sort of, authenticity. Go watch The Terminal List. Skip Thor. Stop giving Disney Marvel your money. They're not earning it, okay? And if you want to spend your money on a cool comic book, listen to me. Listen to this. The Rippaverse is coming out soon, like tomorrow even. Like when this video drops, the Rippaverse may already be out. You're like, what the fuck is the Rippaverse? Okay. So Eric July, Young Ripper 59, is a YouTube content creator. He's also a musician, and he just is starting his own comic book company to compete with Disney Marvel because they've gone woke and make shit now. And this dude is legit. All his videos are great, and he's making a legit comic book company, and it's coming out probably tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, in a day or two. So go check out Young Ripper 59 on YouTube tomorrow, and hopefully he'll be dropping where you can get his comic book and support somebody and something that should be really good. I haven't seen it yet. Nobody's seen it yet, but I have faith in the dude. The dude is really talented, and he's really smart, and he makes good videos and apparently really good music. I haven't heard his music. So there's no reason to doubt that he won't make a good comic book company too. Check it out. Rippaverse. I'll see y'all next time.